What is going on? Hello my fellow arachnids. So today we are going to be doing part 2 of Roblox Beginner to Pro, 30 minutes. Now, this might not even be 30 minutes, because this is going to be harder than last video. But I'll try to make it as short as possible. Now, I will leave links in the description for every topic that I cover, because these are going to be like brief descriptions, and some of these are actually kind of hard. So if you don't understand them, I do recommend you go in the description and check some of these videos out that you don't understand. But then without further ado, we're just going to be jumping in. So just insert a script in your server script service, and we are going to be learning about tables. Now, tables are basically just variables, but they can store multiple things. So in the table, for example, in the table you can make multiple strings, multiple declaring variables, stuff like that. And that's what you can do. Oh, you can do integers like 1, 2, 3, 4, like numbers. You can do booleans or bools like false and true. And so yeah, those are tables. Now I'm going to just demonstrate it. All you want to do is you want to do local. We can do, I don't know, random table. If you say random is actually like a math function, I'm pretty sure. So do not just name it random, because I'm pretty sure that will give you an error. So yeah, so random table equals, and then you want to do braces. Now these things are like curly, and basically like they're like curly brackets, and what you actually call, and what they're called is called braces or curly braces. And basically you use them when you're in you use them when you're using a dictionary or a table. And what you want to do is it's recommended that you put an enter like in the middle of it, so it's a lot cleaner, because when you're writing a bunch of stuff in the table, like it can get pretty cluttered. Like obviously if you write some like stuff, like it will get cluttered into like one line, all right? But it's a lot easier to read when you're you have it like this. So in order to do that, you just go in between the braces and you press enter. Now we are going to be putting some random things in here. For example, we can put like I don't know, a player, put a comma and then an enter, and then we can maybe do like a false, some random stuff, maybe a 1 in there, and then we can do on no game. So now we have our first table. So this shouldn't do anything because we're declaring it. We didn't print it. We didn't do anything. So why don't we print it? So let's do print random table. But if we were to play this, you would see that it wouldn't print it. It would print table and a bunch of things. And you might be wondering, why did it do that? It's basically when you do print random table, you're not printing like what's inside the table. You're printing the table itself. So that's gonna go straight to the memory, and it's gonna give you like some weird string of numbers. That is its place in the memory. But you really don't have to worry about that. That you would never even have to know what that even means. So don't worry about these numbers. All you need to know is that you can't do print and then your table name. What you have to do is you have to do print or table, then and then you have to do brackets. So you do print the parentheses, and you do your table and then brackets like this. And I know, right? Like some pretty weird syntax. And also syntax is just like symbols, all right? So it's like braces, brackets, periods, commas, quotes, semicolons. That is basically what syntax is. So we want to print maybe like game. So what you would have to do is you have to count. 1 is player, 2 is false, 3 is 1, and 4 is game. So we want to print game, so we have to do 4, because that's its place in the table. So we can do run, and as you can see, it prints game. So that's pretty nice. But if you want to print the entire table, well, we're not going to get to that yet. But first we're going to do some table functions. So basically table functions, they just do stuff within your table without you have to actually like edit it manually. So first we're gonna do like table.insert. Table.insert just inserts stuff into your table. So yeah. So first you do your table, then you want to do comma, and then what you want to insert. So if you want to insert like a 5 maybe, then then we can do print random table brackets and then like 5. You would see that it would print 5. And watch this. If we didn't put this right here, then look what it would do. It would give us nil because because 5 does not exist. There's only 4 items in this table. So if we tried to print the 5th item, it would not exist. So it would just return nil. So yeah, that's not very great. So but if we insert the 5, then you can see that it prints 5. So that's table.insert. Then we're gonna do table.concat. Now concatenation is just concatenation is just adding something to a string. So let me show you something. So what if we made so local var equals hello, and then we can do print. We can do print var, and then 2 dots, space, and then what you want to print. So there. So basically, what's separating what's concating it is the 2 dots and the 2 periods and the space. So first you put what you're trying to concat with. So in this case, we're trying to concat with var. Then we're gonna put 2 dots, a space, and then what we want to add with it. This time we added there. So if we printed this, then we should get hello there, because var is hello, and we concated with there. And you can see there was no space, and if you want to add a space, pretty sure you just do that, and that should fix it. Boom, hello there. So yeah, that's concatenation. So table.concat, basically what that means is you're just concatenating or adding stuff in between every single content in your variable. So we have to do table.concat your table, and then comma, space, and then what you want to concat. So what if we want to put a 5, or actually let's put like a 7 in between all of the tables. Now instead of doing print random table 4, this actually wouldn't work. You would have to actually do print table.concat and then everything in between. So that's actually how you properly print it. And as you can see, index boolean. Oopsie, sorry. I did not mean that. So basically what happened here is we confused it with something else. So you have to print it like this. Random table, comma, and look what it says. So you do your table, and then look what it says, SEP string. So what it's saying is you can put a string, you can put a number, you can put all the stuff. So let's put a 7. Also, if you don't put anything in between the quotes, it wouldn't print anything. What? Server script invalid value boolean. Give me. Okay, so I think I know what happened. So basically, we added a boolean with a string and an integer, which I guess confuses it. So if we remove that boolean real quick, then we should run it, and then it should do player 1 game. So you should not do booleans with your table. All right, if you're gonna do a boolean, you can probably do it like assigning a variable. Like you can make success or whatever equals true or false. You can do that, but you can't do like just true or false alone. So yeah, I didn't even think that would happen. I thought that only happened with in-pair loops, which we're gonna get on later. But yeah, so, and as you can see, we put nothing in the quotes, and that made it so it was all into one word. But if we put a space and we run, there's going to be a space in between all the things. And what if you wanted to do like a comma and then a space? You can also do that. Look, player comma 1 comma game. Yeah, so that's table.concat. You can also concat variables. So you can do local var equals, I don't know, 7, no, maybe we can do O. We could do this, and then we can do var. So we concated var, and then that should put O in between everything. Player O, 1 O game. So yeah, that's table.concat. So we did insert concat, now we're going to do table.remove. So table.remove basically just remove something in your table. So first you want to you choose your table, comma, then what you want to remove. So what if we want to remove player? We do 1 because player has the first position. See, 1, 2, 3, and player is the first. So we do table.remove random table 1, and then we can use table.concat in order to print the entire table. Little fun fact there. Random table, comma, quotes. So yeah, this is just basically doing what we did before. So we run, and oh dear, don't worry about that. So now look, 1 game. So basically it removed player, so it's player 1 game, but now it's just 1 game. Also, don't worry about this. I accidentally pressed the debugging menu. So basically what's going to happen here is whenever you run, it's going to mess it up. So here, this is how you actually fix it. So if you ever get debugging errors, all you have to do is just remove any of these like dots that you put. This is going to put it into like the debugging mode, and this might confuse you, and it's just saving a lot more time if you just don't put these things here. You would only want to do debugging mode if you want to see what problem you have in your code. So if you don't think if you think something is wrong, then you could put this, and yeah, pretty sure that's what it's for. And so now we've won. It's 1 game, as I said. Now what we can also do is we can do table.find. Now table.find, it basically just sees if there's this thing in your table. So you put your table, random table, comma, and then what you want to find. I want to find maybe the number 1. So we press run, and as you can see, what we gotta do is we gotta do print this, I'm pretty sure. So you do run, and as you can see, it did 2 because 1 is in the second spot in the table. So this is gonna when you print table.find, it's gonna tell you which spot the thing you are finding. So yeah, that's basically tables. Now, I said that we were going to learn about printing the entire table, right? Well, this is another way of doing it. So first we can do impair loops. Now basically impair loops just loop through a table or like amount of things. Let me show you. So first let's define our table. So we can do local table equals, curly brackets, put a space, and then we can add some things in here like greeting, commas, and then maybe like howdy do, and comma, and then like, I don't know, carrot. This is some random things, but don't worry. Greeting, howdy do, and carrot. So in order to do an impair loop, this might seem confusing at first, but I'll break it down after I write it. For I, comma v, in pairs, this has parentheses do. Oops, do. So you might be asking, what the heck did I just write? So what's basically happening here is v is the value, and we're creating I as a value, and v. So you have to learn about like multi like variables. So basically, you can assign multiple variables on one line. You can do local var and var2. So I just assigned two values into one line. So yeah, so basically we're assigning I and V. We're declaring two values, and then we're doing in pairs do. So whatever we write in here, we are going to loop through. So we want to loop through the table, right? So what we have to do is we have to do print. We want to loop through the table, and then we're going to do print V. So what this is going to do is it's going to print the entire table. Greeting, howdy do, and carrot, because we're making it loop through the table, and then we're printing the value we get from looping through it. If that sounds confusing, don't worry about it. We're going to use it a lot more, and it's going to get a lot more understood. But the best way I can explain it is that the V is the value, and when we print V, we're printing the value. We can actually make this a lot simpler. We can make this for I tab for table, because if I do table, then it's a function, so we'll mess everything up. You can do print tab. You can set the value to be anything you want. All right, you're declaring the variable. So you can also assign the value to be any name. So as you can see, it does the exact same thing. So we can also loop through different stuff. We can do so we can let me show you. We can loop through all the things in workspace. We can do local workspace items. Workspace items equals game.workspace : get children. Now get children is basically something, it just gets all the children. And if you don't know what children is, I'm not talking about the actual children in real life. I'm talking about the children inside of the workspace, like camera, terrain, spawn location, base plate. Those are children, and workspace is the parent of that. All right. So yeah. So if we do get children, what we can do is we can print for in pairs workspace items, and then we can print tab. So we can run this and it shall print everything: camera, base plate, terrain, and spawn location. And what do you know? Camera, terrain, spawn location, and base plate. Now you can also do is players. This doesn't work for me too often, but sometimes it does. You can do local players. This goes game.players. You can do game.players get players, and then you can loop through players, and you can do, yeah. Oops, it will not print anything because I didn't even join the game, and you also have to do .name, because if you just printed the player, it won't print their name. It would print like where they are in the memory, same to like the table. So you have to be a bit more specific and say printing the name. So yeah, as you can see, it doesn't work for me too often, but I do see that this does work for some people. So you can try this out for yourself and see if this works. What you should do is, instead of putting a wait in the script, you should put a wait like right here. So you can put like a wait for 3 seconds. Play the game. It will wait for your character to load in, and then it will print everything. For me, it doesn't, but as I said, it could print for some people. So yeah, that is in pair loops. So next we are going to be doing let's see, we should be doing So basically, we are going to be learning about logical operators. Now you might be wondering, what the heck is a logical operator? Let me demonstrate. So a logical operator is and, or, not, that kind of stuff. So that's basically logical operators. Now you might be wondering, where would you use a logical operator? And it's pretty self-explanatory. Like, let's see a variable. So we're gonna be using variables and if statements. So we can do local variable. We can do the local variable. hello and one. So basically, we're assigning the variable hello and 1 at the same time. So we can do if variable equals hello and 1, then we can do print so we can play this and see what. Alright, bad explanation because I just tested this. This does not work. And I'm gonna tell you I don't even get why. So we run this, it does not print anything. Even if we do he2, yeah, it doesn't work. Oh my gosh, what? It does work if he2. Alright, so that's a weird explanation, but yeah. So we have and, or, and so we're gonna be using and later. I'm gonna just show or because that's an easier thing to show. So we can also do is we can do local variable equals how's it going. We have that, and we can do if variable equals, I don't know how, hue. I don't know why, I just said hue. Very weird. So then print whoa. I'm just thinking of random things at the top of my head. So obviously it doesn't print it because variable doesn't equal hue. What if we do hue or how's it going? Now it's gonna check if variable equals hue or how's it going. And if it equals one of these, then it will print whoa if everything goes to plan. And it does print whoa because it does equal how is it going. And we said if it equals how hue or how's it going. So yeah, that's or. Keep pressing insert. Also, if you get like this random bug where it's like a white line, all you have to do is press insert on your keyboard. I just learned that too, which is pretty fun. And it was getting really annoying, so now I know, yay. So yeah, that's or. Now we can do not. Not is just saying if it doesn't. So local variable equals hose. Then we can do if variable equals not C, then print hello. So it doesn't equal C, so it doesn't print hello. Yeah, so if variable equals C, no, if it equals not C, oh my gosh, I just set myself up for that. Okay. Still, oh my gosh. Local variable equals hose. If variable equals not, let's not do that. S667, then print hello. And variable does not equal S67, but it breaks. So this is actually like super terrible because all of my things are not working. But I'm just telling you about logical operators for now. We're gonna be using them more and more. I'm just bringing your attention to them. I'm not telling you. I'm just showing what they can be used for. So yeah, so that's logical operators. So I probably just cut right there. So basically that was just me being a horrible person and messing myself up because I kept messing everything up and I decided to cut it out. So we are going to be learning about tools. Now tools are things that you create. They're basically things that you hold. So we're gonna do view, let's see, toolbox, and data store editor. I might need to get that. Don't worry about that. So we can search up sword, Now this sword is by Roblox. This is a tool. Alright, so basically the sword is a tool, and as you can see there's a little thing like a wrench. That's how you know it's a tool. And basically tools are things that your character can hold. So if you're going to be creating a tool, so in order to do that you want to put something in the starter pack or the server storage, but that will have to be doing with cloning, and that's just going to make everything mushed up. So starter pack, we can do tool, and inside that tool we are going to be putting a part. Now you might be wondering why a part, because we have to hold on to something. Now we created the tool, but that's only going to be in the memory. We can't see the tool, but we could see the part. So let's make a part, and it's going to have to be called handle. And if you don't make it handled, your entire part will break. So you have to make it handled. Alright, if you don't make it handled, it's not going to be the greatest thing that's going to happen. I think it's going to give you an error. So we just created our first part, I believe. So if we join into the game, we should have something. Boom, a tool. Isn't that so cool? And look, now we're holding this giant part. So what if we wanted to make it so whenever we click the tool, it breaks. It breaks. Oh my gosh, it breaks apart. Maybe it like destroys it. So in order to do this, first we're gonna create a part, and maybe it can be like right here. And I don't even know where the part went. Oh, it's right here. So this is the part, and we're gonna name it part, and we're gonna name it destroy. So we're gonna do local part equals game.workspace.destroy .destroy. So it's mixing it up with the remote events, but don't worry about that. So I'm gonna zoom in for this because I want to make sure everybody can see. So local part equals game.workspace.destroy. And so what we're gonna do is we're gonna make it so that every time we click every time we click with the tool in our hand, it's going to destroy the part. So we can do first we have to do like local tool equals script.parent. So script.parent is basically referencing the script, and then it's going to the parent, and the tool is holding the script. So this is gonna just get the tool. So you can do tool.activated. This is, see, look what happens. So as you can see, Roblox script signal fired when the player clicks while a tool is equipped. That's basically just saying when they click with the tool at hand. So we're gonna do this, and yeah, so tool.activated connect function. Now we have to do parts destroy. So basically destroy, it just destroys the part, and it gets rid of it from the memory. It just destroys it completely. So if we click, oh no, attempt to index function with destroy. Oh, I see the problem here. I think we have to rename our part because we named it destroy, which is a remote event. So let's name it DHIU. Don't you love it? Workspace.DHIU. So now we actually have it. Don't worry about that little glitch. So we click it. Huzzah! Boom! Now it's gone. Isn't that just so cool? I find that super cool when I learned that. All right. I don't know about you, but yeah, we can make this part like huge. I'm telling you, huge. Let me zoom out a bit for this one. So we're gonna make this super large, and then we play the game. And we're gonna be like, oh no, how can we get rid of this big part? Ka-chow, boom, and it's gone. I just find that super cool. So yeah, that's tools. And obviously there's more to tools like welding and other stuff. And basically, if you want to make your part a bit like more fancy, you're gonna have to worry about like welding and stuff, which isn't the greatest thing, alright? I'm just gonna say that. I'm pretty sure if you want to do that, you would have to you would have to put something within your tool, and yeah, you can learn about welding later, so don't worry about that too much. Yeah, that's tools. So we are going to be learning about GUIs. Now, GUIs are not too hard, but if you start worrying about local scripts in GUIs, then it starts to get a tiny bit tricky. For me, at least. I mean, maybe this isn't hard, or maybe it's harder for you. Don't worry about it. You're a beginner, so don't even worry about if something's hard. As long as you learn it enough, you should be fine. So yeah. So in order to create GUI, first I'm going to explain what GUI is. It's basically anything on the screen. So do you see like this little cube? It's called the view selector. So basically that's GUI. That's on my screen, so that's a GUI. So GUI stands for General User Interface, and you don't even have to know what that means, but it just means what you can see. So start a GUI, screen GUI, and we can name this anything. We can name this greeting, and we're gonna see why, or greeting. And then in that screen GUI, you have to put a frame. And as you can see, something popped up in here. So now we have a little square on our screen. And we're gonna right click and we're gonna name this greeting frame. And then we can make this like a tiny bit large. We can maybe put it like right here. And then inside that frame, we can put text label, text button, or text box. The text box is basically a pretty sure it's a clickable text label. It's like a text button, text label combined. So text label, you can put stuff. You can like write stuff. So if we scroll down to the text section, you can put text scaled, and that will scale it perfectly to fit. And then your text here, you can label it to be anything. And we can name this hello. So look, now we have a greeting on our screen. It's very like welcoming. So that's a text label. And the text button just makes it so that you can click it. So text button, you can also put text, but this is used when you want to click. See, as you can see, if you would put this, you can actually click it, and this would only work for like a second because you're in the Roblox Studio mode and not the player. So yeah, so I'm gonna make this a text label, and I'm gonna make the text hello, and I'm gonna make it scaled. So we can actually make this pretty fancy. I'm not the best GUI person, but I'm going to show you a few tricks. So you can put rich text, and then what you want to do is you want to put the font. And personally, I love where is it? It's like Gotham. It's Gotham Black. It's Gotham Medium. Gotham Medium. I find it a really good font. There's also like there's also a few other fonts like Gotham Semi-Bold, which is another good one. Gotham Bold. You can just make it plain Gotham, which is also great. And if you want to change the background, you would have to click on the text label, scroll a tiny bit down, and you should see background color 3. Now you don't have to worry about that it's 3. It's just really a background color. So I'm gonna make this maybe like a green. No, that's too atrocious. This should be a good color. And basically, you can make the border color the same color, and that would make it seem like there's no border. But if you just want to do that, you can just turn off. You can just make a border. Where is it? Border transparency, I believe, and that just makes the border invisible. Border transparency. So we've made this 0. This is background transparency. This makes the text label background invisible. But there is a thing called border transparency, and yeah. Now you can make border mode middle or outline, and outline is the default, and I think it's the best one. That looks best. Layout order is pretty complicated. border color, it's just the layer it's on really. But the border color, what I like to do is I like to make it like either brighter or darker. This makes like a shadowy, like not a shadow, but like a contrast, and it makes it look a lot better. And then you can make border size pixel a bit higher. This will, see, now it looks like that. In my opinion, it looks pretty good. I mean, you can make it a bit smaller. See, so border size pixel, make this maybe like 3. And look, now we have our first GUI, so we can get the frame, move it around, it might screw it over. But yeah, so we can press hello. We play the game, and as you can see, we join in, and we have this beautiful hello here. And you can't do anything, because it's not a button, but yeah, so let's add some local scripts. Why not? Alright, so we're going to be using text buttons, so we can delete the text label, and we can add a text button. And we're going to make it so every time we click the text button, we're going to print something. So that's going to be cool. And then what we can also do is we can make leader stats, and then make it so every time we click it, we get a coin. We can make a clicker game already. That's how just advanced you are. Give yourself a pat on the back. So yeah, so we can decorate this button, but I don't want to spend too long with it. Probably just gonna make like a blue. Make the border color the same blue, but a bit darker. Maybe like here. Border size pixel, make it like 4. And then we can go down. Text scaled. Just change the font. I'm going pretty fast, so maybe slow down the video if you want to copy what I'm doing. So Gotham Black. No. Garamond. Gotham Bold. So look, now we have our button that looks actually pretty snazzy. I'm not gonna lie. So we have our text button, and we're gonna insert a local script into it. Now, a local script basically is a type of script that makes it so it only happens on the client. So you see our output here. If we, you know how like if you do like, I'm pretty sure F10 or F9, you can see like the output. Yeah, well, only you can see that output, and that it's gonna print what we're gonna print. So there's a thing called like test, and then we can start a server. So let me play real quick. So as you can see, it says current client, but we can do current server. And the client has actually different output than the server, I'm pretty sure. So we're gonna make it so that we can only see the print and not the server. And we can make it so that the server can see it, but we're gonna be doing that with remote events, which is later. So first, we're gonna have to define a few things. First we have to do the button, so maybe you can do local button equals script.parent, which basically is just getting the button, the script. When it says script, it's just referencing the script that you're writing in, and then doing .parent is just saying what's holding the script. And in this case, it's holding a text button. So we have the button, and now what we can do is we can do button.mouse button 1 click. Mouse button 1 click, :connect function, parentheses, and then we can do, yeah, that's pretty good. We press enter, and now whatever we write in here is gonna happen when we click the button. So we're gonna do player has clicked the button. So we're gonna do that. We can press play, and then look how cool this is. We click the button, player has clicked the button. And we can keep on doing this. And as you can see, it says blue. And the blue only happens when the client can only see this. So check this out. We go to the server. Yeah, you can see it. But when it has client in here, that means only the client can see it. And that if you went on the server, it would not see it. Like on the server. Like when the game is published, but we're not publishing our game. So what if we wanted it like a clicker game? What if we wanted to put coins every time we click the button? So this is going to lengthen the video. So I might cut this, but basically we're going to make some leader stats. So game.players. So just copy me. If you don't know how to make leader stats, I already made many tutorials on how to. So if you don't know, check those out. Yeah, and don't worry about if you don't know what some of these stuff is. I explain it every time. Basically, every time a player is added, we're going to connect to a function, and we're going to add player as a parameter, and then we're going to create leader stats. So local leader stats equals instance.new, and then we're going to do folder. This is just making leader stats a folder, and then we can do leader stats.parent equals the player. So whenever the player joins, the variable is going to be created for them, and the leader stats is going to be inside of the player. And then we can do leader stats name equals leader stats. Make sure that leader stats is lowercase and not with a capital L, like this, or maybe like this. You have to make it so that's all lowercase leader stats. Maybe do a few like this, like few enter indents, and we can do local coins equals instance dot new int value, and we can do coins dot parent equals the leader stats, coins dot name equals coins. Typing a bit fast, don't worry about it. And then we can do the coins dot value equals 0. So now we have our leader stats, and whenever we join the game, it should create leader stats for us. So boom, now we have coins, and we're gonna make it so every time we clicked it, we're gonna have leader stats. So first we have to get the player, and unlike in regular scripts, you have to like have a way to get the player. Like in this time, we have to use a player parameter, or you have to use like a hit.parent or like hit parameters. But this is a lot easier. All you have to do is do local player or PLR equals game.players.local player. Boom, you just got the player. You don't have to put anything else. That's just how it is. So now we can create the coins. So we can do local coins equals player.leaderstats and then we're gonna use wait for child. Now, I don't know if you don't know what wait for child is, but it just waits for it to load in. I forget if I actually taught this in my beginner, but if I will check, and if I didn't, then I will teach it. So we can do wait for child, and then we can do coins. I'm pretty sure now you have to check what you named it. We named it coins, so yeah, wait for coins. And then we can do so whenever we click, coins.value is going to equal coins.value plus 1. This is just going to add coins, add 1 coin every time you click it. So we're going to play, and if everything goes well, boom, every time we click it, we add coins, and we can make like an actual cool clicker game, and this can be taken to far heights. So yeah, that's basically what you can do. You can also make it so you can destroy a part. So we did destroy earlier. We can make a part, then we can do game.workspace.part destroy. Destroy. I always do this, don't do that. Play, click the button, and oops, part is not a valid member of workspace. That's pretty funny because we just added a part. Oh, I get it. I clicked it too many times, so we destroyed the part, and then it looked for it again, and it didn't work. So look, so the part is right here. We click the button, and it's gone. So pretty cool. We can also make it so that the part changes its attribute, which you know how to do. I guess game.brick color equals brick color.new. Get alder. Click it. And as you can see, we can make it change. I just love GUIs. And boom, we clicked it, and now it's purple, or alder, as they would say. So yeah, so that's local scripts and GUIs. We can make a lot more with that. We can make shops. And yeah, but that's a bit more confusing. We're gonna learn that with remote events, maybe. So yeah, that's basically GUIs. So next, I'm probably going to teach you. Probably going to teach you remote events. Now, remote events, I said earlier, it just makes it so that everybody can see what you're doing, which sounds pretty suspicious, but it's not. Let me show you. So, what you want to do is, we can create a tool for this. So, we can go into the starter player. We can add a tool. I think, no, not starter player, sorry. Starter pack, add a tool, add a part into that, and then, oops, not a script. Actually, yeah, we do need a script for that, but we need a local script, not a real script. So, not real script. You get what I mean. Part, rename this to handle, and also F2 get. Okay, the funniest thing just happened. F2 is the keybind for me to stop my recording, so I pressed F2 and it ended it. But F2 for you should change the thing. Alright, so yeah. So we have the tool, it's going to be handle. Let's just play the game so we can check it out. Hello world. I don't even know why it's printing hello world. Never even made it that way. Oh, it prints a hello world regardless. Alright, so yeah, we have the tool. Look how cool that is. So now we have the tool. So what if we want to make it so every time we click the tool we can destroy a part, but we're actually going to make it so it's only on the client. We're going to show you how to make it only on the server. So look, so we can do, so get the tool, local tool equals script.parent local it's sorry. So local, why am I doing this? So local part equals, do we have a part in the server? We don't. Let's create a part real quick. So equals game.workspace.part. Now we can do tool.activated connect function, and we can make it do part destroy. So this is all fine and dandy. So we play the game and everything looks well. We don't get an error. We can click, so the tool should be here. We click and the thing is destroyed. So that's pretty cool. But look at this. Put the tool away. We go on the client and the part is still there. What if we want to fix that? Well, what we can do is we can do, instead of doing part.destroy, we can make a remote event. So go into replicated storage and then add a remote event. So the car just honked really loud. I don't know if you heard that. It's actually not, I think it was like a truck. So we can add a destroy part. So yeah, we have destroy part, and then what we can do is we can do local local remote event. I'm gonna make that camel case because that looks really weird regardless. Otherwise, game dot replicated storage dot destroy part. So now we can do remote event fire server. So what that's gonna, and we can put part into this. And the parameter is gonna be part. So what's happening here is we are going to fire the server, and when the server reads, it's going to be like, oh, the server has been fired. That means whatever. So that means it's now going to happen on the server. But we didn't even tell it to destroy the part. So now we have to do that. So what we have to do is we have to copy all of this probably, and then we can do remote event dot on server event connect function, and then we can put it should be fine and dandy. And then what we do is we finally can write part destroy. So basically what's happening here is going to be like, we're gonna read the script and say like, okay, the server has been fired. So it's gonna go to this script. It's gonna search for an on-server event, and look, it's been called. So we're gonna be like, okay, I have to run everything that's in what's in this on-server event thing. So it's basically that's what's gonna happen. And we click the tool, and it disappears as usual. But for the moment of truth, boom, the part isn't there anymore, even on the server. And you can do this for buttons. You can make it so that whenever you use a local script for the button, it appears as for everybody. And I'm gonna actually be using that later. But yeah, so that is going to be it. I'm going to make, I think this video is going to be incredibly long if I keep on continuing to teach you stuff. So I'm going to end the video. Hope you guys learned a bunch. And if you don't understand, as I said, I'll be linking I'll be linking the most helpful tutorials in the description. Go subscribe to those people if you haven't already, because they are amazing scripters that I learned from. They are the best of the best. So yeah, so have a fun time scripting. Don't eat arachnids. And am I recording? I am. And bye.